Hello and welcome to Mina's bookshelf. Today I'm going to walk you through the long-awaited new edition of the Victorian Romantic Tarot by BabaStudio. Um, my collection of BabaStudio decks was quite perfect with the Alice Tarot, the older edition of the Victorian Romantic, the Fantastic Menagerie, and deluxe edition of the Tarot of Prague. And the day I can finally put my hands on a copy of the Bohemian Cat and the Bohemian Gothic, I'll be perfectly satisfied. This one was just delivered and I purchased the standard edition that surprisingly this year is a treat because it comes in a wooden box that is normally reserved to the deluxe editions. And I haven't opened the deck yet. This is the beautiful deck. It's still wrapped in cellophane. So this was the beautiful box. It comes with the usual little white book, and I purchased also the companion guidebook, which is a beautiful book printed on glossy paper, and there's a mix of black and white and color pictures, and I love these books. They're fantastic. So let's quickly go through the deck. I'm going to use manicure scissors to make sure that I do not damage the deck while I get rid of the cellophane. I should have done this part off camera. Okay, I'm really curious to know what the cardstock feels like. I do believe it's going to be like the most recent reprint of the Fantastic Menagerie, I think. So these are the bags, the new bags, reversibles with these beautiful hearts. And this is the deck. I'm gonna place next to this one my older edition, just to see if there are any changes. It looks like the foil is the same, stays the same. This one had this kind of back. All right. So the main difference I notice is in the saturation of the colors. I don't know if you can see this on camera. There is more depth in the older edition. Okay, this is the old edition. I don't know exactly in order what it is. It could be the second edition, doesn't have any gold foiling. And then we have, this one does. The new edition has gold foiling. I don't know if you can appreciate. Okay, so the Magician stays the same. Beautiful Magician card. The High Priestess. The Empress. The Emperor. Oh, there's an additional Emperor. An Egyptian-themed Emperor. I do believe that in this edition, BabaStudio tried to, and I think succeeded too, because I've seen a few pictures, tried to be more inclusive, I think. We will probably be able to see different cultural heritage or ethnicity in some of the cards. This is the Hierophant, hasn't changed. Now, the old edition comes with 2 Lovers cards, and I keep them both in my deck. This is actually not only a collectible deck, for me it's a workhorse. I work with it on a regular basis because it's an amazing deck for readings. So this is the Lovers card. Stay the same. Different optional Lovers card. This is the new edition, the 4th edition with the gold foiling. And I love to see Cupid in this card. And we have the Chariot, the same. Yeah, there's a difference in the brightness of the cards. This is the 2nd edition. The colors are much brighter. At least in this card with the blues, the difference is more evident. This is like a darker teal for the color of the sky. Beautiful nonetheless. It was not a criticism, absolutely. The Strength card stays the same. Beautiful gold foiling on her dress. Hermit, stay the same. No changes here. Wheel of Fortune. Justice. Hanged Man. Always love that card. Death. No changes here, except a little bit for the contrast and the brightness. The Death appears in a much gloomier, darker color, which seems also more appropriate for the meaning of this major arcana. Temperance. This is the new edition. It's slightly darker. Okay, I have the cards mixed up a little here. And we have 2 Devil cards. One of them is a perfect replica of the older edition. And then we have an additional Devil card. I didn't know that. Oh, I love this one. I do love this one. Tower. Star. Moon card. Beautiful. The Sun. No changes here. Judgment. The World. Oh, I love this card. And then, oh, we have the Wands first. Oh, I forgot to take notice also of the lack of gilding on the new edition. There is no gilding here. There was gilding here that I have to say held up pretty well. It's aging well. Okay. Ace of Wands. I don't know if you can appreciate the gold foiling here. 2 of Wands. 3 of Wands. The cardstock is that matte but smooth cardstock. Very pleasant to the touch. Four of Wands. Five of Wands. And as far as thickness goes, they're about the same. The only reason why this one feels a little stiffer, it's because the cards are not exactly bigger, but maybe because of the gilding. Six of Wands. Seven. Eight of Wands. No changes so far. Okay, so this is what is different. The Nine of Wands. This is the old edition. This is the new edition. He seems to be more tired than the soldier in the older edition. He's standing up straight in this card. It looks like he's alert and concerned and worried, but not exactly like the wounded, overtired soldier. This one looks like he's been through a lot more. Ten of Wands. Busy mother. Page of Wands. Sorry about that. Knight. Knight of Wands. Now we have a change here. The Queen of Wands. And I wouldn't be able to tell which one I like the best because I love them both. Typically the Queen of Wands is represented with a cat, a black cat. And we do have a feline. I think it's a feline if I'm not mistaken. Or it's a little dog in the new edition. I love that dress. This is the older edition. Love them both. King of Wands remains unchanged. And then Cups. Deeper blues in the new edition. Two of Cups. The Three of Cups here, the dress of one of the female characters is a deeper burgundy color. Four of Cups. Five of Cups. Six of Cups. Remains the same. Seven, unchanged as well. Eight of Cups. What I love about the Eight of Cups in this deck is that the person that is walking away from a situation or person or an environment that is not satisfying, gratifying anymore, there is a dog that is looking back. And it always reminds me that in the interpretation of this card, you can always factor the idea there might be a return. Somebody might be looking back at the situation they're trying to distance themselves from. Love, love, love. Nine of Cups. Ten of Cups. Remains the same. The beautiful Page of Cups. Knight. The color of the hair of the new Queen of Cups is slightly different. She's blonde rather than a brunette. King of Cups. Ace of Swords. Two of Swords. Desperation. And the Three of Swords. I love the fact that there's a dog here. You're not alone. The Four of Swords. Sorry, did I say Three of Cups? That was the Three of Swords. This is the Four of Swords. The Five of Swords. I love this Five of Swords. The fact that they put these kids arguing enlightens a little bit the mood of that card. Six of Swords. It's beautiful. The Seven. Here too, there is a difference in the color of the hair. This is the new edition. The Nine. Ten of Swords. Okay, so there's a change in the Page of Swords. This is the new edition. This is the old edition. Edition number 2, I think. Knight of Swords. The Queen. King. Ace of Pentacles. My favorite suit. Two of Pentacles remains unchanged. 3. Okay, so this is what it was saying before, trying to have different ethnicities represented, and they did in the Three of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles. 5. 6 of Pentacles. Remains the same. 7 of Pentacles. Beautiful, the foiling on this card. 8. What I always found interesting about this Eight of Pentacles is that, unlike the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, BabaStudio chose a pre-existing artwork where there is like an observer of the work that has been done. So this card opens the interpretation to some additional nuances in the meaning. Love when creators do that. The Nine of Pentacles, that's a beautiful card. 10 of Pentacles. The Page. So there's a change in the background. The Knight of Pentacles. Something different in the coloration. Another big change, the Queen of Pentacles. And I love the fact that in this new edition, the Queen of Pentacles is represented as an older woman who is imparting her knowledge to a younger individual in the family. She's teaching her how to play checkers. I love that. And the King of Pentacles. All right, so this was the deck, the new edition of the Victorian Romantic Tarot by BabaStudio. Let's take a quick look at the accompanying little white book and a bigger guidebook. So in the little white book, for those who didn't purchase this edition or would not be interested in purchasing the extended version of the book, there's an introduction, learning the tarot, tarot reading, tarot spreads, the looking back, looking forward spread, the romance of relationship spread, 2 Victorian romantic spread, and then the little booklet goes into the meaning of the major arcana, and as you can see, there's like 5 lines and basic keywords for each of the majors, and then in the minor arcana there's a general introduction, and then same thing, about 5 to 6 lines per each of the minors, and that's it. Let's see. Yep, that is it. As far as regards the book, this is the edition I have. So the new edition has a different pictures, the Queen of Swords instead of the Devil card in the front. But other than that, everything else it's about the same. The layout of the book, the quality of the paper, glossy pages. It's a 224 pages book, signed by Karen Mahony. I hope that is the correct way to pronounce her name. There's the introduction, so typical stuff. Changes in the new edition of the Victorian Romantic. So the use of cold stamping, the introduction of diversity, and the big homage that they paid to all their fans. They provided fans and buyers with a wooden box also for the standard edition. A short history of tarot, learning the tarot. These are outstanding books, and I always recommend purchasing the accompanying extended guidebook together with the deck. Reading styles, spread styles. I'm not sure if at the moment they have orders open for this edition still today. I don't know, but they occasionally, if they don't, just keep an eye on their website, subscribe to their newsletter so that you can receive notifications if anything comes back in print. And that's it. So the major arcana, as usual, there is a small picture in color of the arcana, keywords and phrases, suggestions for reversals, and then description of what you see in the cardstock, how this is related to the traditional meaning of the card. We also have a citation of the sources, the artistic source, where they found the artwork they took inspiration from to create the card, which is beautiful. I love the fact that they added those details, and so on and so forth. And this is pretty much it. This is the Queen of Pentacles is the last card. King of Pentacles, and there's a bibliography in the back. These lavishly illustrated cards capture the romantic of the Victorian era. The images are based on gorgeous antique engraving taken from Babarock's own collection of antiquarian books. Many of these engravings are now rare. The result is an enchanting tarot that is full of the power of storytelling, as the images are so richly narrative. This means that reading can be exceptionally vivid and layered with personal meaning and association. In one of my previous videos, I think I mentioned the fact that the reason why I love this deck in particular, for any kind of readings, not only for romantic in relationship readings, but also for career, money, finances, creativity readings, is that the images are so loaded with emotion that it is impossible not to get a reading that is straightforward, pristine, crystal clear, and extremely illuminating and inspiring. So this was my walkthrough of the 4th edition of the Victorian Romantic Tarot. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, many blessings.